Hello, traders. Welcome to the Power Hour stream. Stock market Power Hour. We got about 23 minutes till the closing bell, and it's gone insane, right? You had this massive, like the day before, right? You had a gap up rally, and then yesterday a gap down and a sell off, and the lowest lows of the close, and then a gap up today, and then actually on like the Russell 2000, a massive sell off to hit the price of the gap down or of the close yesterday, and then a rally after, and then the massive markup. It's pretty crazy. I mean, like, wow, these bots are going nuts. But more than anything, what's most impressive is, that 26,682, 26,585 level. You came back for a test, and man, if the buyers defended it, you can see it with the price action, right? I mean, like, an asset will get to a support and it can close at it or whatever. But if there's no follow through on the back test, is it really a back test? Because the price action, you could just continue to dump right through it, no big deal. But when you get price action after the back test like this, that's a good sign. So, seems like a more formal spring back test than that one we got on Saturday, where you just barely nicked it, no volume. I mean, inexistent volume, right? But this time a little bit more pronounced, a little bit more discernible with candles, right? So what could that turn into? I mean, at least 28.8 at some point, right? Here's a range, man. You're staring at a range between 26.5 and 28.8. So if you sell off one time, the sellers succeeded breaking the support, but they failed miserably of marking the price down to the next real levels of support, which were around like 25K. They failed because what happened after the bearish breakdown, there was zero follow through. There was a bullish hammer, bullish pin bar that was confirmed, and this was all fair and open market committee stuff, right? I mean, this was, I think, maybe the CPI report, something that happened, right? And so from there, some follow through off of the candle, right? The reversal candle, the follow through to, breach back above the inflection point, then sideways forever, a little rally. The hidden bearish divergence came to be, and it seems like it played out, but only played out enough to where buyers were able to set up their limit buys at the support again and the rally after. So it's up 1.2%, which is nothing. Like, an asset Bitcoin being up $338 is really nothing compared to what we know about its history and what it's done. But I mean, in these dead market conditions, I'll take it. I'll take this price action all day over the sellers breaching the support and then massive follow through. That's lame. It would make sense, but this is just a classic fake out and then back test of the fake out for now. It would be nice to see at least some sort of price action above the, May 15th high a couple days ago on the rally. Nice. A little disappointed that you're not seeing any sort of price action from Ethereum like you are on some altcoins. It's only up 0.3%, but still above its 1730 level. I mean, right? And it's still above 1728.88. But just kind of nothing. It's the same price it was at yesterday. So I'd like to see it get above, maybe on the 4 hour 1850. Seems like a level. But yeah, that's kind of it. The up thrust, back test up thrust, still valid. I don't know. I figured it would perform better than that. Again, look at the daily. This is the daily. It doesn't even look like the daily. It looks like the 5-minute chart, doesn't it? No movement, but what some people in our community had been asking about and talking about, and it's like, is this bullish divergence? Context is kind of weird because it's happening so soon after the bearish variables, right? The up thrust, back test, up thrust. But nevertheless, you're near a support, a key inflection point that kind of has never been regarded as support in 2023. I mean, I guess in March, a little bit. It was defended from the buyers, but here it is again. And now at least this time, there might be seller exhaustion already. The buyers have not really come in to let us know that the sellers are exhausted, have they? So you just got to wonder how this will resolve. All right, so hello, good to see you. Early stream, you know, just getting this over with, man. I mean, we get some price action. I'm down with price action. So you've been getting price action all day on the stock market. We can go to BNB, up 0.74%. It's just sideways, man. It's great that it's up 0.74%. It's the same price it was at yesterday, the day before, kind of the day before it. Same price it was at May 11th, same price it was at April 9th, same price it was at February, January, November, December, you know, just same price. Fixed price on BNB, it's stable coin at this point. XRP, you know, you got a really nice move yesterday. It was surprising. Looking more into it, it was news driven, it was catalyst. It's like the SEC, finally some pushback against the SEC, you know, them not having clarity on regulations, suing cryptos and having lawsuits waged and opened for a long time, and nothing happening. And it's like, you know, now I think a judge finally got involved, and they're you know, finally, man, like some justice being done. Like, despite XRP being centralized and all that, I don't think it deserved that type of scrutiny from the SEC. I don't think any crypto should, not to this degree. And if it is, then make it clear. Stop being stop with the ambiguity. So all we're doing is looking at this on the daily candle, and it's up 1.58%. It was up like 2.5% yesterday. First level of positive momentum today on XRP since April 5th. Wow, like 6 weeks of no positive Momo, and you finally got it after back testing the 200-day simple moving average and not being able to test 39.9 cents, which is interesting, as we've talked about, like subtle tells from market participants, right? You know, it's an undeniable inflection point from May of 2017. It's right there. You see it. Oh my God, chat, listen to this. May 7th, what is it? I thought it was May 17th. It is. All right, May 17th of 2017. You know, it's May 17th, 2023 today. So that inflection point was created. You've correlated to it as support resistance before. But, you know, there was no test. You can see that. There was no back test of that level, which is nice. Now, someone could come in and say, well, there's like this zone here. You can see the price action goes a little above it a few times, and maybe that's what's been back tested. Okay. But the higher lows are telling. I know it's been tough, but remember, the monthly screams 80 cents, but it could be a year if it was to play out, right? The monthly? Or was it the weekly? The weekly was screaming. Yeah, the weekly here. If this was to play out, 80 cents would be the target. It just, I don't know if it'll ever play out, man. If you keep putting in the higher lows, that's great, but eventually there's got to be a higher high. Has to be. So just this long period of stagnation, range bound, maybe accumulations coming in now on the tail end.
Can you look at BB? Broke out of a 2-year falling wedge in January. Back tested the breakout and formed an inverted H and S. Curious your thoughts. Thanks.
So Nick, yeah, we'll look at that. Is that BlackBerry? We'll look. Thank you, Nick. He's talking about stock. Let's go ahead. Let's head over to the big green can. Well, I thought it was gonna be bigger than this. Oh, it's the weekly. That's why. 4 hour looks insane, right? Like, look at this. Is the price action, man. It's crazy. Like, you dumped yesterday. It was the lowest daily candle close since May 10th. It was rolling over, and then right, it closed at 41.10, and then gapped up pre-market, opened at 41.26, and yeah, look at the sell-off that happened immediately at the open, and then this huge flood of bids came in. And we just saw the S&P 500 achieve its highest 4-hour candle close since May 1st. And so the gap fill closed on the IWM, but there is an unfilled gap. So you got a little bit more upside. Good God. If you're at this price, how you not going to go fill that gap? Almost seems like it's so probable. But in the grand scheme of things, it's nice. It really is. And this could manifest into a rally to 4,200. But in actuality, same price you were at April 18th. I mean, same price April 28th, about the same price as May 10th. Same price you were at mid-February, early February. I think it's great, man. It's great that the rally ensued and you're up 1.2%. The IWM's up 2.5% or something like that today, at least last time I checked. And no higher highs yet. Unfilled gap at 4,062 as well, right? So there's gap downside and upside here. A lot of gaps to the downside. But unfortunately, even with this nice day today, no resolution on the index fund. Right, you need to break 4177. I'm all for it. I want it to happen, but it hasn't happened yet. The fake out zone. We've been discussing this every day. June 3rd, 2022. You broke through the real ice line that goes back to 2021, right? Yeah, right there. You broke through it in like about a week of holding and then the sell-off. And then, the same type of behavior September, November, December of last year, and identical price action in February of this year. And until this breaks, you're still dealing with the same price action in May. So it's a great day, a great up day, but it's all about the levels. And unfortunately, you're still confined within, it seems like, a level. All right. Dow Jones, unfortunately, it was a great day. This is like, dude, I'm not taking anything away from the price action today, okay? But there are particular things that need to occur before you can really start feeling a sigh of relief that maybe, the higher lows that were put in earlier this year and really late last year, maybe they would continue that trend that was, set in. I mean, the bottom was put in October. If you're wanting to see like a deeper retrace from the all-time high to that October low, you need to start taking out 4,200 on the S&P. And then the Dow Jones, what does it need to do to maybe, put in its first higher low that's real, March 16th, from the previous low in October? You got to take out 34,280. I mean, so the S&P is a lot closer to better days than the Dow Jones. It's cool that the Dow Jones broke back above 33,222. I mean, that's great and all. You can see the local top here. That needs to be breached violently, with violence. Violent buying, okay? Bears screaming. Hasn't happened yet. So just a good day, up 1.2%, identical to the gains of the S&P. Let's go to the NASDAQ. That has obviously been performing better, weighted with the tech. And here it is. It's just incredible. I think it's breaking. Was there? No, there wasn't a wedge per se on this one, like the Qs. Highest, this is the highest price NASDAQ composite buyers have seen since August. So the highest high of 2023, big tech leading the way. Even though Apple, it's not really doing anything today. Nothing like, I think it was down earlier a little bit, not much. Of course, not moving, but you're working on the highest daily candle close of the year 2023 and highest close since August 25th. So it seems, hey, the piercing line, I guess it really was a bottom, and this is how it can be. And how was this piercing line? You can identify it as a potential piercing line, but if the next day happened and we gapped down March 14th, it would be invalidated. It wouldn't be real. It was only potential because there was no follow through. But this gap up and the next day about the same price, that kind of confirms the validity of the piercing line, and you can really see some price action here. But again, just beating it in your mind. If you're ever able to identify Japanese candlestick reversal, don't take it at when you can see it painted that day. Wait the next day to really see if it's real or not. So yeah, I was gonna go live earlier, but y'all ever heard of an ice cream banana tree? Yeah, well, I bought one of those. It just got shipped in. Now it's sitting in my bedroom overlooking all of Miami. So super excited about that. Maybe it'll yield some ice cream bananas. Maybe not. I don't care. It just looks cool. It's just there for aesthetics. It's like a piece of art, right? That you take care of. Love trees and stuff. So also a clementine tree came in today too. So I've got an ice cream banana tree, a clementine tree, and a navel orange tree so far of trees that fruit, right? So let's go to the IWM that just killed it. Just the whipsaw is unbelievable. Like you think, oh, it's done for. It's not done for. Oh, it's done for. Oh, it's not done for. Right? The supply line rebreached and up 2.33%. And you're working. You're about to. It's certain you will have the highest daily candle close since April 24th, which is the highest close of the month. It's really not saying that much, right? Wow. Highest candle close in, what is that? Maybe 7 weeks. All right, maybe it's a dragon. Yesterday, that kind of price action yesterday, it was the second lowest candle, or it was the lowest candle close since May 4th, but you're closing back below the 2018 high. It's really rough, man, and maybe redistribution's still going on, but locally, man, those buyers are there. They are not gonna let this thing fall. Maybe there's just not enough sellers out there. The way the price action's been occurring, it seems like Composite Operator was just quietly, accumulating his short positions constantly, and still not dead. That idea is not dead. I don't think until you're breaking the range of 179. But look, has anything changed since April 24th? No, this is the same price every day. But if you look at was it the 4-hour or the 60-minute? That was just insane. It was the 60-minute was crazy this morning. Look at this. All right, so you see how it closed yesterday at 172.24, and then just gapped up, opened at 173.42. And then sold off in the first 60 minutes all the way down to 172.17, and then in the same 60-minute period rallied all the way back up and closed higher than the open at 173.39. I think that's a level from history. It was defended, and then just the rally that has ensued has not stopped, and it's still going as I'm speaking to you. So working on the highest 60-minute close since April 24th too. So I'd say 7 weeks. It was like 5-week highs or something. My bad. No, I didn't really have plans this year to go to Bitcoin Miami Bitcoin meetup. When I went in 2021, man, during hey, it was a little more warranted. There was price action and people cared, and it was like a kind of better sentiment, for everyone. It was kind of like attending was not fun. Like I didn't enjoy it. It's cool seeing people from the community, certainly, but I did that outside of the Bitcoin conference. You're in the Bitcoin conference and you're trying to hang out and talk to people from the community. And most of the time you're sitting down in in a room where it's really quiet, and there's some nerd speaking about crypto and technology of fintech and all this blah blah blah. A lot of it didn't even have anything to do with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's there. It exists. Yeah, there's Lightning Network, but Bitcoin, throughout all this ups and downs of these financial markets, of these currencies around the world, rising, falling, inflation, hyperinflation, Bitcoin's the same thing it was in 2008 when it was invented. Nothing's changed, and nothing's gonna change, and that's the beauty of it. That's what makes it such a good bet long term. But then you go to these events, and it's You gonna tell me something I don't really know about Bitcoin? Nah, a lot of it's like advertising and marketing for their own companies, their own firms. It's a cash grab.
Took a trading position for the first time since September 2022. Feels good to be active and not just charting. Nice green day everywhere it seems.
Famous last words, Nefarious. Dude, I mean, based on the way the market's been playing, I just don't hold your breath, man. I hope it continues. I hope we get like 5 follow-through candles off today, and we just really go. And it's like, oh, well, we're safe now. Brandon's America. We're good. No problems, man. But based on like local history, in before we just gap down tomorrow and dump 1%. And then it's like, oh, we're in the same spot we were yesterday, day before. All right, we're local on the 8s. We walked by Max Kaiser. Yeah, that was cool, I guess. No, again, I mean, like, we didn't talk to him. We just saw him. Like, oh, wow, man. That stuff just doesn't really get me going. What I enjoyed the most was, like, you know, renting out a house and having, you know, Brad and a bunch of people there from the community. And Scott Carney was there. We were out, you know, by the bay and all sitting around in a circle, drinking, listening to music, having a good time. And that was really what I enjoyed the most, having just conversations with people from this community about the TA, right? So that was a loaded question. Sorry, I didn't mean to rant. I didn't even feel like I ranted. I was just giving you my experience of 2021. It wasn't great. Like, why am I spending this money? Oh, tax write-off. That's what it was for. Oh, I went. I still have the whale pass. It's on my webcam. Literally. And I have a little XRP pin, too, on it that I got from Ghoulie when I was in London for the... it was just there. But, like, yeah, I went to the XRP headquarters, or, like, the London quarters of XRP. So, yeah, whatever. So great stuff. The market is closed. Stock market killed it today. Like, absolutely green lightsabers just sliced through the bears like Darth Maul was sliced through. You know what I'm saying? Just put the Bobo's bear head there. What a close. So yeah, I might need to put sunglasses on. The gains were so insane today on so many assets. The bank squeeze, as we were discussing just yesterday about trying to do anything with banks now after all this is straight up gambling, man. Like, you are at the roulette table for sure. You just don't know. The drawdown already happened. You're at supports. It's like and so much damage could be done to your position pre-market and after hours, which it's been doing. Look, I mean, you can't even make this up. Like, I walk through how insane the price action has been really since May 2nd. Every day, just a mystery. And it's like a devastating mystery to people speculating on it. Whether they're short or long, both sides could just be completely wrecked. And today it happened to be the shorts. And, you know, the KRE up 7.36%. Buyers defending $35, $37, not once, but maybe twice. This could be a confirmation low, and there could be a much larger rally ensuing soon. Because that's how it goes, man. When it was overcrowded too. I don't even know who was really like not looking at. I mean, shorting banks was like that. That's the way it was. Just casinos and short squeezes. This is what a short squeeze looks like. You got another short squeeze May 5th too, and then another one on May 15th.
Haha, I expect sideways, not so until July. Brandon is not healthy. Old man hair sniff gonna bumble to into success it seems. 2023 fail upwards with casino money, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Can't speak for, I mean, you know, the installed administration, not elected, legitimately anyway. So we know that. More evidence just keeps coming out every day. So banks, man, killed it. A lot of assets broke back above supports that they had fallen below, like PNC. But then you go outside of the the banking world, and it was just everywhere, green everywhere. Things that were destroyed, like Penn Gaming, a massive 5% rally. Airline companies, entertainment companies, right? Marvel, which was doing some crazy stuff, man. Like, this type of behavior is brilliant. You got to really still be optimistic on this one, because this is it's $35 to $37 level on MRVL, Marvel Technology. That's a peak. That's like an inflection zone from 2006. Buyers defended that twice. Then they broke a supply line, and then a formal bullish back test of the top of that zone, not once, now twice. And this is the type of price action you've been getting. These assets are getting destroyed, nuked, lower highs. Oh man, it could be over, and then just gap up and then run, and broke the 200-day simple moving average back above that for the first time since March 2nd. Highest daily candle close on Marvel since March 3rd. And a lot of upside if this continues. I mean, like, the target's way up there at $54, $55. This is like accumulation type behavior here. So a lot of this today, everywhere. Tesla up 4.4%. Just look, man, it was sideways. Like, your same price you were at May 8th, and you're in between 154 and 180. So it seems very possible that a bearish back test of 180 would occur soon. A gap fill from April 19th at 180.76. That seems very, very reasonable to believe that's where it could be headed if this continues. Big if. And then Square, that was scary yesterday, gap down, and then all of a sudden, man, just up 4% at this insane level here. This isn't a joke. This is how it starts. Not always. In fact, there are multiple times where this is where a failure occurs and you draw down to $34, but this is where fear is highest, absolutely highest. Where? Right here. It's a zone, man. 156 to 58.30. The zone, it's a completed M shape. There is certain stagnation from sellers, right? You make the low here, then you just draw down and make a slightly lower low, and where this lower low occurs, absolutely lower levels of negative momentum than this low. So there is bullish divergence there on Square at the inflection point, at this formal pattern completion zone of a bullish bat. It's all there. I mean, this is the actionable area for a long. It just is. I'm never going to act like I know if an asset's going to play out, if it's actually going to reverse at those levels, but this is certainly it. This is the way like we were looking at Shiba Inu coin at the end of December, at the beginning of January. The asset's there. It's at this level. I don't know if it's going to play out, but we're here, and I'm just telling you. Wasn't there like a piercing line here or something too stupid? Was it? Yeah, dude. The other thing is, like, I know this candle was ugly, right? But for the piercing line, but it did not invalidate the piercing line. Remember, all these Japanese candlesticks that are potential, you need to get, the next candle needs to be a close below the open of the reversal candle you are identifying, okay? And that didn't happen. It was very close. But man, the price action today was brilliant, right? You gapped up, then you back tested 55.82 as support, then rallied off of it and filled a gap too. There was a gap up, and then the gap filled, and then the rally. So pretty amazing here. I just hope there's follow through. That's all I can say. And if there's gonna be follow through, that means the index funds are going higher, most likely, right? It's like, is this going to have the same outcome as PayPal? And it's like, if it does, you're going to $34. And if it does, that piercing line reversal will be invalidated, and you be free falling. And that didn't happen. And so the buyers are coming in today, and I hope it's real.
Appreciate your TA Mitch. And your humor.
So real estate, thanks for the $10 super chat. Am I funny? I don't really try to be funny, man. If I have attempts to be funny, it's normally not. They're swings and misses, but thank you. I'm glad you think I am. Nice one, Square Dude. That's really like kind of a big deal. And all the worst, we're getting wrecked. Even they're up too. So energy, it doesn't matter what sector it was. They were virtually all up today. Man, something like Micron, remember it broke out. And then it was about to break out. And then yesterday that wasn't a good day on the sell-off. But then today, look what happened. Micron, highest daily candle close since August 12th. And a formal breakout of this accumulation structure. It almost is like Wyckoff accumulation, maybe. But either way, you're at the top of a range. You're trying to break out here. And if it's successful, $71.50, $75 target up there. This is a big deal, man. Look left, March 2018, May 2018. You're trying to breach these levels after, formally testing an inflection point as support a couple times. And then a higher low gets put in, and then a rally to the same high, the sell wall, and then more higher lows, and then getting back above, and then defending the 200-day simple moving average. Just the shift trying to occur on Micron at this time. This is still really high up there, man. Right? Every time you come to these levels, historically, at least since August, you have failed to break it and have drawn down to much lower prices. So I hope this is it, though. I hope resolution's coming and you're going, man. And it was never a question about tech. Tech was like, that was the only thing that was going to keep things going up, right? Everything else was looking awful. And I think a lot still do look awful even after today. So let's look at a total market cap. I forgot. Here it is. That head and shoulders, slanted head and shoulders, still valid. But no follow through. That's the thing, right? You have even bearish back tests happened a couple of days ago of the neckline. It was once support became resistance, but no follow through. And that is, you always got to wonder, how long is this going to last before buyers just resume control and take back over? It should be in the bears' hands now, right? They should be, we're testing it. Okay, it's time to draw down to at least 1 trillion, but it's not happening. I don't know how it could with the strength of Bitcoin at that, with buyers defending 26,555. I don't know how this could go to 1 trillion. It would have to be Bitcoin. If Bitcoin rallied, then the altcoins would have to just collapse or something, which is not possible. We've seen it where, Bitcoin will dump a little and they'll collapse. But when Bitcoin rallies resoundingly, they'll either only marginally go up or they'll really go up. They don't ever sell off when Bitcoin's going higher. Yeah, Bitcoin dominance, we might as well check on this one, because this one was a certain Wyckoff accumulation in its last phase, stuck in the last phase too. I do really like what's happening here. Locally you think, oh man, it's over. It's confirmed to top at the, whoops. Has that been gone the whole time? Shoot, man. Nah. Oh no, it's over because one high, then the second high failure, but the sell-off occurred. And what happened after the sell-off? Well, it's another higher low. And actually somehow, and I don't even know if you should put any weight on this, but piercing line, that's a piercing line reversal right there, right? You opened lower than the previous candle's closed, then you pierced through 50+% of it, and you've started rallying off of it with some follow through. So, it's happening. So there's just two lows and then now a higher low. And so a test of 48 to 48.7% market cap dominance seems to be what's coming next, maybe. And that's maybe now ascending triangle behavior. And if not, then just pin it where it's higher lows and then lower highs. So neutral, and then resolution would be at some point soon. So hidden bullish divergence on the RSI right here. Look, a low on price or on percentage and then a undeniable higher low on percentage with lower levels of relative strength. That implies a continuation up. And it's kind of begun, but not really. You don't know how long this will take, but, and I get it, man. I get concerns people would have, because look at you make a high here, then these two highs, and look at the inexistent momentum compared to the first one, right? You think, oh, massive bearish divergence, but okay, well, it's the next thing happening is higher lows and hidden bullish divergence in a really bullish trend right now since the bottom got put in, right? So here we are, man. Last phase of Wyckoff accumulation, and we're just waiting for the beep, the breakout, which, you know, that happens and Bitcoin's going to be outperforming everything. So no, we haven't looked at gold yet. Haven't had a chance. We've just been going, man, just going all over the place. We can do it now. I don't care. Gold, man. At least it's, yeah, I mean, I didn't, you know, bearish engulfing candle yesterday and kind of broke this flagstaff going on, and now back tested the breakdown as resistance, right? It was support, and then now it's resistance, and then you're gonna have you're working on 45 minutes till it's closed, the lowest daily candle close since May 1st, but maybe if any more selling comes in before the close, it could be the lowest close since March 31st. So this is like, you know, oh, that makes sense. Limited upside, even if it does go higher in the short term, but could be a lot of downside just based on what we know about completed W shapes with buyer exhaustion, where they complete, and local stuff, 1, 2, 3, third peak here locally, and it's almost like a small 3 drives up here, right? So a little bit more downside, you'd think, at least on gold. Here you go, Rob D, man. Gold. Well, there you go, everyone, right? Commodities, even, you know, the commodity index did well today. And yeah, you got the everything rally, man. I mean, gasoline futures, how is that happening? Gasoline futures up 3.66%. Jeez, that's the national average for gas prices. And unfortunately, I say unfortunately because this affects everyone, right? This is how much it costs for anyone to fill up, right? And talk about logistics. You order something, it comes to you, there's shipping involved. Therefore, the price of what you buy is going to go up to offset that cost increase, that price increase for who you're buying from. So yeah, 248's a level here. You know, it had been showing all this exhaustion and then played out, but looks like the bids came in and they're continuing to come in. Just got to wonder, is this some sort of type 2 here? Broke the channel it was in. So, all right. And trying to break the 200-day moving average again. Yikes. Not really digging that. But yeah, I mean, the M shape is put in the local bottom, at least the short-term bottom, December 15th. Where's US oil? Confused. What the? Oh, there it is. Yeah, up 3% today. Yeah, it's like, man, I don't know, man. Bullish pin bar, still valid. Bullish engulfing candle. Hidden bullish divergence on the second low. I mean, target $75, $78 if the confirmation low is real. But as we've discussed every day, looking at U.S. oil, you're not anything. You're bearish until 83.30 is breached minimum. And even with that going on, you got to pull back and make a higher low than these two lows, because these are the lowest lows of the drawdown, the downtrend. So there's so much that has to happen for an actual trend reversal that you almost like, okay, we'll look at it. And yeah, potential bottoms trying to get put in on US oil, but just because a bottom gets put in temporarily with a confirmation low doesn't mean the trend's reversing. You have to do consecutive higher highs, higher lows. And you're not even close to that. So, but it's cool. And golden candle up 3% today. Nice. All right. Platinum up 1% today. Nice. Still above the level of all levels, 1,050. So hope it holds, because it's all about the monthly on gold, silver, and platinum. That's beautiful, man. It really, really is. Hidden bullish divergence on the higher low here too. But yeah, the back test, 1,050. Anything above that's golden. Right? We got 2 weeks till this. So you had a breakout last month, and this month we're working on the back test. So 2 weeks until it's confirmed, a confirmed breakout with a back test, which is stronger than just a candle close breakout. I mean, that's a form of confirmation. So hopefully that sticks. 1,050. You know the level on it, all right? A lot more upside potential based on everything than gold and silver. It just is. The structure, I mean, technically, I'm not sure about, fundamentally, man, gold's just going to do it. But, right, gold's sitting at an 88% retrace with a completed W shape. This one's putting in a higher low at this basement level on the monthly. It's just different. We could look at silver real quick, just knock it out. Silver up 0.05%. Kind of lame. You're working on like a bearish and golden candle, but you got 2 weeks until that's confirmed. So yeah, just kind of going sideways after the drawdown. Well, not really sideways. I mean, I guess you've been kind of bleeding out a little bit. $23 would be a good level for a back test. Maybe that could be a DCA area. If you're inclined, maybe in $22, 21 or $21.68. But yeah, this is a major resistance, one of the biggest ones on the chart, $26, and it was confirmed as a top short term, and then the drawdown occurred. So same thing with gold. You think, that would be a level where a drawdown would occur. And then you have copper futures here that really started just showing a lot of distribution locally from, topped out beginning of the year and then just lower highs, multiple ones, and then, performed pretty well and now below the 200-day moving average. But, I think if you're above 362, you might be okay for a higher low. Just the downtrend is very much intact, right? Longer term. I wonder, is it a wedge of some sort, some sort of consolidation structure? Is it just a channel here? Yeah, I mean, if you have new data, it's descending broadening wedge of sorts, but yeah, the food commodities just kind of reshattered again, right? Like wheat down almost 4%. These downtrends are just really real. Breaking back below 637, yikes. There's not much here, man. Yeah, you're breaking a key level. Corn, disgusting. Corn futures, chat. Lowest daily candle close since November 10th, 2021. Brutal. Look at this demand line, this down slope. You kind of like gap down, broke it, and then just kind of up thrusted and failed, and then now it's rolling over again. It is ugly, man. Deflation. Hog futures too, just wrecked, man. Just like impossible to trade really. But type 1, type 2 are here. Look at these gaps, man. Have fun with that. It still could be a type 2 return of the harmonic, but no higher highs yet. Look, one high, then a lower high, and then maybe a third lower high. And that could be classic distribution and in a kind of interesting spot. It's like the harmonic kind of played out in ways where, hey, it's a nice reaction reversal, but if it just manifests into consecutive lower highs and it's just distribution, someone's offloading, and then it could just be getting set up to completely go make those deep full-on retraces at the bottom, because the trend like has reversed. The long-term trend reversed, right? It peaked out in June 2021, and then the massive drawdown, right? That's that buying climax, crazy sell, then the attempted rally, and then the lower highs tell you that's it, reversal, and the reversal occurred. And it was violent. It was nasty, man. A lot of downside. And then just an M shape, right? Completed, you reacted, then the lower high gets put in, and then a massive drawdown, then a lower low than the previous low gets put in, and then gaps up, and then now another lower high. It could just be bear market redistribution going on of an already reversed trend, right? It's no longer higher highs, higher lows at all. Nope. Only lower highs, lower lows, really. So food could be done. And here's live cattle futures trying to pivot here. I mean, hidden bullish divergence coming in. Buyers is about the exact same low as the low from mid-March. You could rally to fill a gap, but gotta wonder if this gap down was it or not. I just don't know, man. This thing is like crazier than Bitcoin. Look at this in linear scale. It is incredible performance. So one gap down, there's no confirmation high. It could just be a pivot and rally. You go to higher highs later. Par for the course. Orange juice futures down too. Another where you don't know if it's over yet. It's trying to put in a higher low than the previous lows. But this will end badly at some point. All this will come tumbling down. This whole thing. It's legged up too many times, and it's near those tops where good luck guessing, but when it does come in, it will be crazy downside, and it will be fast. It'll be this has kind of been stair stepping up, and then it's escalator, and normally after the escalator comes the elevator. So I think it would end violently and bad at some point, and you just don't know exactly when on these, right? A lot of people thought, oh, hey, same situation with Bitcoin in 2017. Oh, 1K, it's over. 5K, it's over. 10K, it's over. 15K, 16, 17, 18, 20K, it's over. And it was over. Finally, blow up top. And from 20K in a matter of weeks, Bitcoin went to 6K or something before rallying back up to 15, 16K. Crazy, man. So you get blow up tops like this in commodities too. At some point. All right. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Home base. Home base on the corn. Man, it's crazy, right? This soy boy support, 26,555, being defended over and over and over again. Let's look at Litecoin, because Litecoin doing some really interesting stuff under the hood, and you gotta love it. I mean, this is powerful price action, really, really powerful price action. Starting to think that the reaccumulation, right? Buyers getting the price above the 200-day moving average, above the $84 ice line, and heading on up to $103 again, the sell wall. And if that ever breaks, man, 140. So I haven't been able, and I don't think you could, you've been able to really articulate a good argument for the altcoin lately, but this one's different. Litecoin has been performing a lot better. The trend is your friend, and you are in an uptrend. You've been in one. The bottom got put in June of last year. We're talking almost a year ago the bottom was put in, and only higher highs higher lows has been going on. I mean, you had a period of same highs, same lows, but they were all higher than that Black Saturday low. And the halvening's coming up too, right? Yeah, so I like it. I like Litecoin, man. Technically speaking, Litecoin to Bitcoin was also a very interesting chart. And let me show you. And it was something spectacular, man. The bullish bat pattern, you know, and then a type 2 return getting put in. I don't think I even visited it since the type 2, maybe. But most importantly, back above this 3,050 level from March of 2017. Yeah, I would not ignore this. This thing is in an uptrend. This is an M-shaped continuation. And when it's presented like this, this is where, you know, good performance would take us to the highest highs. I mean, you'd be rivaling the top back from December and January, December of last year, just January this year again. So I wouldn't rule it out at all. This is incredible. Litecoin is maybe the key right here. Day, man. What a mixed day. Hey, Hex is, how is it, you know, what a green day, and then Hex is down 11%. So what is it? Like, what is it with them? What is the consensus? Well, you know, Hex has moved. So it's no longer Hex anymore, right? Hex is dead, and then it's now Pulse Chain. Is that how it works? I mean, like, if that was the way it worked for real, would anyone even be able to buy this Hex anymore at 2.8 cents? Would they be able to? Still, like, not grasping the whole concept of what happened and how they justify this. What's up, Blue Blue? Thank you, dude. For the super chat. Thank you, dude. Does anyone right now own Hex and can tell us with certainty that their position didn't lose 80% in 3 days? And like everything's fine because they have Pulse or something with an airdrop? I mean, really? What's up, Hodl? Thank you, dude, for the threes. Oh my God. Hold on. It's so confusing. Let's see, I'm just trying to read. No one knows. I understand, Daryl, but if that's the case, why is this listed? Why does this exist? Why is this still trading? And why didn't it maintain the same price it was at when it switched over to Pulse and stayed at 7 cents or whatever? You have a copy of Hex on Pulse Chain now too. So Hex on Pulse Chain, are you telling me it's like 6.5 to 7 cents right now? Is that what it's trading at? Please tell me. Daryl, what is Hex trading on Pulse Chain? Tell me just the number. Don't give me word salad. Just say what the price is on Pulse Chain of Hex. Don't lie to me. It's like 3 times lower than Hex on Ethereum. 1.8 cents. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think you get it. That's not right. And it's really sketchy. And I feel really bad for people that, like, you know, looked to the guy that made this as some sort of like religious leader. He's not. He changed his name. He's not a religious leader. I can't believe you follow him so blindly. It's crazy, man. You can't even sell out your position. Native token nuked. Try to say that 3 times fast. You'll end up saying naked. Dude, just trying to, understand it. Like, I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt. I'm giving you a chance to say it, like kind of, if you're a hex holder and you've like witnessed and experienced all these things that have happened in the past 3-4 days. I just wanted to hear your accounts of it. And it's not good right now reading what you're saying. Someone out there, tell me. Hex people, I know some are in here. The mean, I mean, like, but did you own Hex before that? Oh, man, we've looked at stuff today, so I'm just curious. Just interested, man. You can't move funds into the bridge. I was reading about that a little bit. There have been accounts of people saying that, and the Pulse chain bridge is jacked up. It's like messed up. The whole chain's plagued with problems. Bridge they built to move assets between chains, and there's massive liquidity problems on Pulse. Thank you, BK. Yeah, I don't know, man. On the other side of the coin, you have SNX up 13%. Scam. I mean, just this straight up scam behavior. I don't even know what to tell you, man. Like, it's back testing 250 as resistance now. And the old little demand line there is right at the same time. So 2 levels at once being tested. Give me a higher high and we'll talk. Give me a higher high on all these and then we'll talk. Somehow Mana's up 7% today after making a lower low and a lower high. Back above 49 cents at least, so that's nice. Some bullish divergence maybe, someone could argue. Okay, but don't you think like 37 cents would make sense eventually for another M shape? Hex hood at 1.7 cents, space ape. Like literally, Hex on Pulse chain is trading at 1.7 pennies. Like 1 cent lower than what it's trading at on Uniswap. If that's real, man, like it's indefensible. It really is indefensible. You are in a cult if you actually are defending, if that's reality. You're in a cult and you're indoctrinated. You drank the Kool-Aid. Yeah, I mean, crypto just blah, man, for the most part. Most number up a couple percentage points. That's great. In crypto, that's nothing. Sorry, I'm just fascinated by it, dude. I'm fascinated by a rug, and it's a very sophisticated type of rug, though, right? It makes it look so complex, like, you know, he's doing something, and it's actually like a revolution in crypto, and it's different than everything else. It's painted and marketed like brilliantly for people that had, like, you know, you had built trust with them over a long period of time, and then this happens, and it's like, hey man, just completely demoralized and indoctrinated, just like our education systems over the past 50 plus years, right? Marxists infiltrated that a long time ago. The bridge is wrecked. I don't know, man. That's another thing too, like a big red flag. Like when it's really difficult to understand, like in like financial market, when you know about price and hey, what's up, what's down, percentage losses and stuff. I mean, it's a type of masking of scamming. Like makes it so complicated that, oh, it'd be easy to someone saying that seems sketchy and that's scam, and then the other side would be like, oh no, it's really complex and complicated, you just don't understand what's happening, it's actually so good. But is it though? Like, you'd have to be involved with the cult to really know. Yeah, dude, not you could do that, all that stuff, or you could just buy Apple or Amazon, a little bit less complex. All right. Well, I just wanted to, I did these streams, and I know a few people still watch them, and just wanted to really come online to talk about the S&P, how it was a great day, but still confined within a zone. Even though it's near the top of the zone, I love it. That's great. We need follow through. You can't just tomorrow we open and gap down and sell off all day. That can't happen if you really want the next leg up on the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq. I mean, the Nasdaq keeps going, big tech, but I'm talking about the S&P. And the Dow Jones has so much work to do. There's so many bids that have to come in to recapture the third high, lower high, consecutive lower high locally. It's ridiculous. All right, no new members joining the Discord today. 0.
Zeke_Z tipped $25. How about HOLX? Just for the levels if anything else. Rejected twice, now in the $86 to $88 range. Thanks, and thanks for streaming day in, day out.
Thanks, Zeke. And Zeke's the one, if you don't know, that pretty much Celebrimboard these coins for me in the forges of Mount Doom. Thank you, Celebrimbor, Zika Brimbor, for that. Or are you Nervy? Nervy, everyone knows about Celebrimbor, who made, who he's the one that fashioned the rings. The rings of power. But then there was Nervy, who was a dwarf, who was Celebrimbor's like best bro. And they made some, they were the ones that made that.
Just saying hello and thanks, buddy.
Thank you, Mike Lovin, for the 6s. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah, the Doors of Durin. Celebrimbor and Nerby together created the Doors of Durin, which is like, speak, friend, and enter Melon. Okay, anyway, so thank you, Zeke. But yeah, we'll look at HOLX, which was, I think, request. I don't know if there was another one. I don't really expect those to exist these days. Let's see. BB for Nick. We'll go to BB. Yeah. BlackBerry. Yeah, difference between P-Hex and E-Hex. It's just like, oh, is it really complicated, man? Is it that? Like, why does it have to be like that? See, you want to look at 2-year falling wedge. 2 years. It's been a minute. So let's start on the weekly on this. Your weekly on BlackBerry. You can't say this might not be a double bottom getting painted. One low in March 2020, and here's your second low here. Dang, dude. I think it's a level back from history. Oh, it is. This candle low close from August of 1999. Wow. I think the breaking above 618 is going to be a huge deal. A wedge, though, over 2 years. I mean, I can see like maybe you broke a supply line. Wedge, though? Trying to make sense of your idea. It looks almost like it was just a channel, right? And it broke. But he might have been being like, is this the, how you, like that? Well, the problem with that is, like, remember, a wedge is like a pause after an impulse. And the impulse was here. So consolidation began after this impulse right here in July of 2021. And this extended as all the, right? So, I don't think you would anchor it like that at all. I don't think this has anything to do with this consolidation, with this wave here. So, well, yeah, you could have been like, oh, let's see if we could, something like that. That kind of makes sense right there. You know, cherry picking a little bit these levels, but something like that. I'm trying to make sense of what you're talking about. There was downsloping price contraction for sure, and you broke it, and there was some very real bullish divergence here on the weekly. You can see it. Look, the low, the lower low, then the lowest low. And then, the breakout, then something magical happened in March. The first higher low on BlackBerry in a long, long time, man. First higher low in years. And then a rally, and then a test of this same 463 level, then a sell-off, and then another higher low. Then all of a sudden, one low, two low, three low. Classic accumulation on BlackBerry. Who the is accumulating BlackBerry? Composite, man. Composite operator. And you can see it's like three. It's like an ascending triangle. It became that, or three rising valleys. But, the same peak. So it was more like ascending triangle. This wasn't a higher high in the first high. So, this is really, really strong. I mean, up almost 6% and highest levels BlackBerry's seen since September of last year. So really nice recovery and reversal here, right? On BlackBerry. Keep it going, man. Keep it going. You see the valleys, the 1, the 2, the 3, the third valley. Highest daily candle close since September 21st of last year. Nice. That was BlackBerry. That was for Nick, sorry. And HOLX for Zeke, 2 requests today. So 2 more than I thought, man. For real. Streams on life support. Wow, beautiful potential reversal area. I've never looked at this before. This is incredible. In before moon. But still, dude, like bearish argument. It's so like well painted. It's great, man. I mean, you're double topping at an all-time high, and you're rivaling the old all-time high from February 2021, which is the resistance, and then you just failed. You failed again. All right, one time, no one knows second time. That's like we're confirming. Well, hey, man, we're gonna do it. New paradigm, and then gap down on earnings, and then formal bearish back test of that old 2021 high as resistance, and then now marking down again. And wow, being down 0.38% when everything was up today. Are you kidding? It's like bearish dragon. You could look like a bearish dragon or potential double top. But, and I know there's like, it could hold this level, this 2021, 2022 peak. Sure, but if you're looking at it like a range, like most of the time, you can see $60 and $85. The closer you are to $85, the lower the risk is for the short. You wouldn't want to be short. You'd want to be, you would want to have a stop loss set up somewhere marginally above $85, just in case. Because if you're breaking $85 again, it's kind of invalidating the confirmation high, and you actually might be going into price discovery. So, but that hasn't happened yet. And all that's going on now, as you can see, undeniable Class A bearish divergence on the RSI on that second high at resistance. These are the, we don't ever, even if it looks like, yeah, we could be going way lower, we don't actually know. But all we can do is strategize, you know, an entry as close as we can to that peak with a stop loss somewhere marginally above it. Therefore, if the trade goes against us, we take on minimal losses, we move on and look for another argument where it's, you can strategize an entry, stop loss, and take profits. So great request. Even if it fails, this is educational. This is like, you want to be like constantly exposed to good discipline and behavior, right? Like going short at resistance, at confirmation highs of that all-time high resistance with buyer exhaustion on the oscillators on somewhat significant time scales. That's great, man. You keep doing that. Get yourself in the habit of looking to identify shorts at those levels, or flip the chart over. And it's the same thing where it's like, hey man, I mean, you're at a support, you're trying to confirm a bottom, or you're completing an M shape or something. There's bullish divergence, and the sellers failed not once but twice to breach this level. You know, I mean, that's buying low, sell high. I hope it plays out. It's just beautiful looking for downside. You know, if it was a dragon, then you've already broken out, right? The bearish dragon pattern, the spine has been breached, and the tail begins to develop. Don't know what kind of tail to turn into.
Thank you for coming out, entertaining and educating every day, year after year. I've enjoyed 4 years of it. Since 4K subs, 34.3986056 mana.
Claudia, what's up, dude? Yeah, you're an OG. Thank you so much for still watching it for all this time, man. Yeah, I'm surprised. That's awesome, dude. Could be watching anyone. You're still here. Thank you, dude. And appreciate the mana. I need more mana. Thanks, dude. This is like, you know, the closer you are to $85, the closer you are to the lowest risk short you could dream of. It's the lowest risk because you're able to strategize the stop loss so well. That's what makes it a good trade. A potential trade, like, you know, if one's going to do it or not. It makes it extremely high risk for someone to be taking a long after market participants have confirmed a top is in. All right, nice. Very nice, Zeke. Very, very nice. Celebrimbor, Zika Brimbar, or Nervy. I don't know. But that's the point, man. That's kind of the point of my existence, is to do this enough times to where people that want to learn, they'll stick around and they'll learn. They'll invest in themselves. Their passion will be pulled out of them, and they'll really do all they can to invest in themselves. And so eventually it clicks for them. And then all the things that they've been learning here, they are able to be self-sufficient in their identification of an asset that could be an actionable short or long. So self-sufficiency is a big deal, and that's why this stream is education-centric, I would say. I'm feeling optimistic. Buyers defending 26,555. I feel pretty good about it. I like that. Now, you know, we got to see some follow through though. Okay, you don't want to be putting in a lower high than May 15th. We got to be breaking that, and at least heading the 200 moving average on the 4 hour. Right, we're like 28,377. But just look at history. You know, look at the price action when. It's almost like every single time, you know, since breaking this level in mid-March. You know, the first back test of this level as support, March 18th, right? What happened? It went straight up to at least 28,562. Really, it did eventually in the same wave hit 28,800. And then what happened? A massive drawdown in one candle, the dump right back to that same support, and then buyers defended it, and what? Straight back up to the same level. And then eventually, that level can be breached. You went right back eventually to the same support. And what happened when it was defended successfully? The same price action right back up to 28.8. So here we are again, chat. The price action we received in March, all throughout March, we're right back where we were. So will history repeat itself on Bitcoin where buyers defended the level? We go straight back up to 28.8 like 3 different times already? It's a good question. That is the question to ask. I hope so, man. I'll trust Bitcoin all day over a freaking bank, a regional bank especially. All right. Let's do it, man. Let's pump this thing. There's probably a supply line too, way further out. You know, I'd be worried about that a lot later. Yeah, let's just see if straight up, straight down occurs again. That's a really nice back test, man. Don't ignore it. Just need follow through now. Well, I think the price action was really good. That's what, you know, sitting at a support, barely move, but price action makes it promising. Okay. All right. If you're coming in town for the Bitcoin conference, it should be in the coming day or two. You want to get a drink or get something to eat or do something, just DM me in the Discord. We can see if we can get something going. All right. Well, thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. I'll just be back tomorrow, maybe. I don't know when I'll be back. That's why you're in the Discord to know. You'll get pinged. So until next time, respect the T. Hey.